I didn't know you were on live.
I just got on.
Oh, well, hi everyone. Well, we're getting ready to start the Alligator show. So we're here. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Actually, they're going to start the show now, so we might want to head back.
Let's just get a different angle
But we're not going to stay there the whole time.
so they can see how big those alligators are from the top.
All right, so he gave me the phone, the cell phone. As always, I get everything just thrown into me at zero givens notice. Sunny, nice out here. But the show started, the alligator show. See if you guys take a look at it.
His tail, you'll see that his tail alone is about as big as I am. All right, so this is a very large animal. Now he is over 10 feet long, weighs well over 300 pounds, and he is jacked out of his mind, so I like to call him Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. Now he is a very impressive alligator, but unfortunately I'm not using him for your show based on the simple fact of I can't really move him. He's kind of big, but he is a very impressive animal. Now, being that he is the largest alligator here, he's also the dominant male in the enclosure.
If you go on being live, I'm not trying to really do that much.
There's a lot of bad jokes here.
Okay, here we go.
With me, guys. Jokes are going downhill. Now, being that he is large, a lot of people often ask, how old is he, or how old are any of the alligators in here? And there's actually no way to tell the age of an alligator just by simply looking. There's no external characteristics, no measurement you can take, nothing like that, can't tell by looking. So that's why we just simply cut them in half and count the rings. Roll with the jokes, guys. But in all seriousness, though, there really is no way to tell their age. See, their size depends upon their diet and environmental factors, not on how old they are. So let's say you had two baby alligators. If you feed one of those baby gators a ton of food more than the other one, it could literally grow to be twice the size of its sibling in the same amount of time. If you do that same experiment with two human kids, you're not going to get a kid who's 6'7" in third grade. But the alligator will actually grow larger. So you take a look at one of these guys, they could be 25, they could be 75. You'd have no way of knowing just by looking, and some records in captivity claim to have alligators over 100 years old. So very long-lived animals. Now in here, we mostly feed our alligators raw chicken and other kinds of meat, but in the wild, these are opportunistic hunters. They like to eat things like raccoons, turtles, fish, birds, and of course their favorite, tourists. Yeah. And of course, they don't usually attack people. In fact, attacks on humans are extremely rare. Alright, I know everyone thinks they're out to get you, but let's do the math here. We have over 2 million alligators in the state of Florida. If they really wanted to eat people, you'd have people dying every single day. Instead, we have more people killed annually by vending machines than by alligators. Think about that for a minute there. That means every single year, more people get angry, they can't get a candy bar, they shake the machine, it falls and crushes them more often than people get attacked by one of those things. Really says a lot about both of our species right there. Now for the show, we are going to go ahead and grab one of these guys up and out of here. Like I said, we do rotate them all through, so I wasn't in there with a particular individual.
They're sedated.
This guy sitting over here. Excuse me, sir.
Ooh.
Okay. So I'm going to grab hold of this guy.
You gotta be kidding me.
Everyone's going to be able to see. And he is actually the largest alligator I can physically move in here, so this should be fun.
Let me zoom out.
Here, big guy. Come on. I know.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
That's a big one.
Alright, as you guys can see, the alligator is thrilled to be doing this show for you today. Can hardly contain his excitement. And if you're wondering why I'm pulling him out by the tail, it's actually an old Native American secret. There's no teeth on this end. Oh, come on, big guy. Let's go. Oh. Oh. Relax, buddy. Okay. Easy. Relax. Alright, so take a look inside that alligator's mouth. You will actually see 80 teeth in there. Now there are 40 teeth on the top and 40 teeth on the bottom, and they can actually break their teeth off They grow them back, and they cycle through several thousand teeth in their lifetime. And that does come in handy because of how hard that gator can bite down. A large alligator can close its jaws with an entire ton of force within that mouth. 2,000 pounds per square inch power. Y'all do not seem impressed with that number. Think about that. 2,000 pounds is enough power to easily snap any bone in your weak, fragile human bodies and literally flatten your skull. If you're not impressed by this, it is because you're on the wrong side of the glass. Now, even though they can bite down so hard, you can actually hold their jaws shut with just your bare hand, as you can see me doing here. All that power is for closing, very little for actually opening. So remember, if you're ever about to be attacked by an alligator, don't run away, just turn around, grab the jaws, and you'll do great. Definitely kidding. Run for your life there, guys. But we have all these alligators in here for a reason, though. We are actually an alligator rescue, and these are all considered to be nuisance alligators. Now, a nuisance alligator is one that showed up in somebody's backyard, got in their swimming pool, he ate Fluffy, something like that. Now, once an alligator does eat somebody's dog, the state is going to send out a trapper to capture and kill the alligator, unless the dog he ate was a Pomeranian, and they just let him go to continue the good work. Unfortunately, though, the state of Florida does kill several thousand of our nuisance alligators every year, and that is really sad because it's not the alligator's fault. It's usually a nuisance person who caused the problem. And by that, I mean people who feed them. See, once you feed him, 3 things happen. 1, he learns to associate you with the food. 2, you don't have the food. 3, you are the food. And that's why it's against the law to feed them. So what we do in here, we do our shows with these nuisance alligators instead of him being turned into a handbag, which you appreciate that, right, big guy? Yes, he does. That's why we're considered an alligator rescue, because every single alligator that you see in here would have sadly been destroyed if they were not here with us. Alligator wrestling, it's not like wrestling in a ring. I do not hurt, headlock, or body slam the alligator. It's actually techniques used by the native tribes of Florida. And one of the maneuvers they would use is holding the jaws of the alligator shut between your chin and your chest, allowing your hands to be free to get a rope and then tie the jaws shut, which sounds like a horrible, dangerous idea, so I'm going to demonstrate it. That does make a pretty cool looking photo, so I'll give you guys a thumbs up like this, or if it does go horribly wrong, get my arms ripped off and I'm bleeding everywhere, I'll give you a thumbs down, okay? Alright, now don't worry, in that scenario, just switch your camera from photo to video. Alright, come here, big guy. Easy. Relax. Alright, so that's how they could actually pull that off. Now I know what you guys are probably wondering. Why isn't this alligator? Hang on, buddy. Relax. Calm down. Let's go. Oh. You're probably wondering, why isn't this alligator more aggressive? Why aren't all these other ones coming over to attack and eat me? How am I still alive? And why do you guys look so disappointed I'm still alive? Now, when they do first come in from the wild, they are extremely defensive, and he's literally going to try to kill me because he thinks I'm going to kill him, and he's afraid of me. Now, once they learn we're not going to hurt him, we do an animal-friendly show. He's much more calm, relaxed, and as you can see, basically tolerates what I'm doing right now because he knows that I'm not going to hurt him. Now, they also know, very importantly, that if any of them come over here to mess with me, I just make that guy do the show instead. You get where I'm going there. My work day is normally 12 to 15 shows a day, so I work with every single alligator in here. That's why when you see me walking around, I step right next to them, they kind of keep their heads down. They're like, don't pick me, don't pick me. Now, does that mean that these alligators are tame and trained then? Is he my friend? Can I trust him? No. This is an alligator. It's not a Labrador. There's no bond, there's no friendship, make no doubt about it. If I do trip and fall in there, my hand slips, I do something wrong, this alligator and every other alligator in here absolutely could and would rip my hand off, there's no doubt about it. And usually about once a day as I'm walking around in here, I will get one of them come creeping up, and they will try to bite you if you're not paying attention. If you were surprised by this, let me remind you that this is an alligator. Alright, they do that. He's not my pet, he's not my friend, I love him, he doesn't love me. And yes, they do bite. In fact, this individual right here actually did bite my boss once before. Like, for real, that's not a joke or a punchline. But it is why he's my favorite. Who's a good boy? Alright. Now, I do have one last trick to show you guys, but before I do it, I do want to tell you a little bit about myself too, so you don't think I'm completely insane. I see the stairs out there. I actually have a bachelor's degree in finance and international business from a college in New York. Yep, doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. But for my entire college career, all I really wanted to do was get out of the shark tank and into the gator pit. Now, a phrase that I choose to live by is live your dreams and follow your passion. For my entire life, I've been passionate about reptiles and especially alligators, and it has been a dream of mine to be an alligator wrestler ever since I was a little kid. So I feel extremely fortunate to have been given this opportunity, and I encourage everybody out there to pursue your wildest dreams, because you never know, they might just come true. Now, that being said, the only way that I'm able to continue to do this job full-time is through the generous donations of the people in my audience. That's you guys. Now, understand that I am a volunteer and not an employee at the park due to liability and insurance. Liability, all right? I think you do the math on this one. It does tend to be a little bit dangerous. So at the end of the show, you like the show, you learn about alligators, and you like our alligator rescue. I do greatly appreciate anything that goes into my little tip jar down there. That is my life insurance policy, and it's also how I make a living. And that's also what enables our alligator rescue to function, and what allows us to continue to go out and rescue more of these beautiful and magnificent animals. Now, I do also have to say the not fun part, all right? Do not attempt anything you've seen me doing here today. I know I might make it look pretty easy, pretty safe to be in a pit full of alligators and to handle one, but the reality is one slip, one wrong move, you can lose life or limb. I feel very fortunate. I've had a lot of close calls, never had a bad accident, but I have had a few friends who did. I had one friend get bit in the hand during a show, gator death rolled, snapped his arm like a twig. Another friend got bit in the upper arm during a show, gator death rolled, ripped the bicep muscle from the bone, ate the chunk of his arm during the show. That was obviously very serious. He almost died from blood loss, but I'm not saying this to be dramatic or to scare you guys. I say it to understand the reality here. It's a lot of children and people forget. This is a powerful, apex predator.
A lot of fun, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. This is the kind of stuff my dad really liked. Kind of stuff we used to do when we were kids. He used to have us a place called Jungle Habitat, upstate New York. And the safaris out at Great Adventure in Jersey and all the different places. Then when he and my mom used to travel, they used to always go see the wildlife like in Africa and all the different countries that they've been to. And he's having a blast.
Now, on that note of positivity, let's go ahead and do the most dangerous part of the show. What could possibly go wrong, right? So the last thing I have for you guys is called the face-off. Called the face-off because if I mess it up, my face comes off. Yeah, you need a dark sense of humor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the jaw of the alligator, set my chin on the edge of the open jaw, balancing the jaws up with just my chin, and if anything touches inside the mouth, boom, jaw slams shut immediately, so reflex and nothing stops the jaws from closing. So you need to be very careful here. Now, one last piece of anatomy I want to point out quick. You guys see this fat roller getting down here? That's not fat. That's the jaw muscle. An alligator can eventually have over 50 pounds of muscle solely dedicated to slamming its jaws shut and then crushing anything that's in between them. So that puts this in perspective a little bit. So let's give this a shot. Relax, big guy. Relax. Easy. Relax, buddy. Come on.
These have got to be sedated.
Oh. You guys have fun here? Yeah. I just see a lot of phones. Like, yeah, he's gonna die. Alright. Oh. Now, most of my show is a lot of bad jokes. I want you guys to laugh and good time. We're about alligators. So this is one part of the show that is actually extremely dangerous. So before we do it, I want a little bit of motivation. You guys are enjoying the show, right? Yeah. I'm just checking. So nice and careful. All right, good job, big guy. Give that alligator some applause. Good job. As you can see, that alligator just gets up and walks away.
Size of
He doesn't turn around and come after me. There's no revenge, no hard feelings, nothing like that. Just shows him at all. And in fact, he's literally going to lay down and take a nap after all the hard work that he did. So what we're going to do with you guys now, we're going to take out a baby alligator, some of the cool animals you're going to be able to check out. If you did enjoy the show, you want to write a review. Again, my name is Kevin. If you did not, Joe, my name is Bob. Got it? Got it. You guys have any questions for me? I'll be standing strategically by my tip jar with a card figure, Venmo, and Cash App. You guys know the show and have fun. Hey,
Great job, great job.
have a great day, everyone. Baby alligator will be straight back this way whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Got the pace today.
Alligator.
Back to back all day, man. I was just trying to find time to breathe.
Yeah, I bet, man.
Thank you, brother. Great job.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
I have your jacket.
How fast do they run?
They're really not built for the land. They can't run faster than you think. It's really the speed in the water because it comes from the tail. Just doing that. No way. You can jump under them, but you can't out. If it asks me to go again, I think it's like 3-6. Thank you, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, appreciate it. Have a great day, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
So these are the other.
Going out for the
Well, these are the other animals that we're going to go out.
exit.
Yeah, this is going out. Yeah.
Yeah, you get your picture taken. I do.
Years extra.
Hi, puppy.
Yeah.
Bragger.
Is this actually going out?
Yeah.
It should be.